Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Cape Time, and we are here to review the first two episodes of Hawkeye. Uh, I had to watch it twice actually, and my thoughts changed after the second viewing. Tom, how are you feeling after your first view of Hawkeye?
Uh, you know, just once again proves that street level Marvel is the best Marvel. It's always been, and it always will be, the best kind of Marvel. I'm gonna take my glasses off because I don't like the glare. So, but yes, street level Marvel, best kind of Marvel, pretty girl, Jeremy Renner. What's not to love? And you're gonna get Vincent D'Onofrio in a fat suit in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Pretty good, pretty good. Just saying.
You know, I
First two
I
episodes, I liked them, by the way.
I think I'm gonna be into the show more as we progress further because there's a lot more they have yet to even introduce. Like we're obviously gonna get Jack as the villain in this show. We're obviously gonna get
Or a
Vincent,
villain.
yeah, a
Is he
villain.
the villain or a villain?
Honestly, I'm gonna guess the villain because I from what I've heard, like D'Onofrio is obviously in it. He's
He's
obviously
not the villain.
that's what I'm saying. He's not the villain, although he's an important villain. I'm sure he's not the villain.
I think I actually do know who the villain is.
It's probably gonna be Jack as a
Well,
swordsman.
usually he's a villain, but from what I know, he's not the villain
I
unless
might
that information changed.
I might even know the villain. I just fucking forgot. But anyway, I really like these first two episodes. Honestly, first watch I didn't love them. Second watch I liked them more than I did before. But I was saying this before. I hate to compare these shows just because they're all so fucking different. Like the one show is not like the other right now when it comes to these Disney Plus Marvel shows. With that said, if I had to judge, I would say I still think Loki's superior. I still think WandaVision's a little better early on, at
Hmm.
least. But it's a great show. I really like it, and I love the dynamic between Kate Bishop and Hawkeye so far. And really, the dynamic is the lack of a dynamic, and that's kind of what this show is doing so far. Because he wants no part of this. He wants no part of Kate Bishop. He just wants to
He
go
just
home.
he
He,
wants to go
yeah,
home. Yeah, you see, that's the kind of stuff that I always like kind of am drawn to more than the this intergalactic kind of stuff. It's more like this dude just wants to be home for Christmas, and then Kate Bishop's pretty. I mean, I can't call her regular because you know, but also she seems to come from wealth as well. She comes from a privileged kind of background now. Uh,
yeah,
so, but still, she in school, I think, and then obviously Clint wants to be home. It's like it's on the street level. It's not billionaires fighting aliens. It's not super soldiers. It's a guy who's really proficient at shooting bows and arrows, and a girl who's also proficient at that same thing, and a dog who likes pizza.
yes, correct.
Fighting
Episode
gangs,
one,
but fighting gangs,
yes.
by the way. Fighting gangs, not fighting aliens. They're just fighting
Yes.
people who say bro a lot. And I just
So
love that.
going back to episode one, just so we start there before we get into too much. Episode one, I do enjoy a lot. I love the opening. Obviously, the opening was a very cool throwback to the Avengers movie, and seeing how that all interconnects, and
There
how
was an Avengers movie?
yes, there was, and how Kate Bishop gains her initial
Hmm.
inspiration from Clint, and it's obviously
I
such a
love
big
that.
deal for her character. Yeah, I think that's really awesome. I love that
That's
he's the one
cool.
who
That's
saves
cool.
her. And we see her interact with her dad. Obviously, she cared very much about him prior to his death. And the question becomes: I had a couple of theories. Do you think he actually just died during all that, or is there more to it? Just curious.
See, I should have read up more on Kate Bishop's dad.
I really
I'm
don't know much.
I'm pretty sure he's dead,
No, I could not. I mean, like
but
how he died, rather.
I mean probably just Chitari shit hit him.
Okay, so you don't
Uh,
think there's any? That's
I
it.
think I think if he's actually dead, he just got squashed
Okay,
basically.
okay.
I don't think I don't think anything more. I think he might have just went up to his office, took a nap, and then you know, shit hit the fan. Uh,
Yeah.
so, uh, unfortunate time to take a nap, but yeah.
And then from there we get past the funeral, of course, and we get our first look at an older Kate Bishop in present day, and she shoots the bell, and well, we saw how that went. So, yo, they had the best security guard ever, dude. He just fucking shows up and he's like, "Hey, you all the way over there, you did it." I'm like, "Whoa, how the hell did he know? Wow, what a security guard."
I mean, I would assume they have like cameras. Maybe here's my theory on the security guard. See, I'm
Yeah,
into the
we're going deep.
I'm into this plot detail, all right?
Yeah,
So my theory is that security guard was working the security camera, sees a young pretty lady going up the stairs to with a bag of stuff. So he's like, this is awkward. This is weird. So he gets out of the security room, chases her, and that's why he arrived perfectly on time after she shot that arrow.
bang. Um,
Boom.
and I will say the musical Rogers hilarious because me and my because
Went on a little long.
no, I it was
Just
perfect.
it was
It
just a
was
little long, but yeah,
it was perfect.
it was intentionally terrible
Oh,
in the best way.
because my friend who I watched it with, he hates musicals. He thinks they're the cringiest fucking thing ever. And as soon as we got there, it was so funny because like they hit on every single trope that a musical can with the high notes, the way they went back to the main chorus at the end, the moves they were doing, they hit every single possible musical trope, and that made it 10 times funnier. And as soon as Hulk goes smash, smash, and then he goes for the high note on the last, I fucking broke. Oh, and the fact that Ant
All
Man
right.
was there, he was there for no reason. He
He
was just
wasn't
there.
even in the movie. He wasn't even in Avengers 1.
It was so funny, dude.
I
I
think
thought
that's
that
a
was
little
great.
I think that's a little Easter egg because Ant-Man was originally
Yes, he
in
was
the
supposed to
origin
be.
he was in the original plans. I think Wasp was in the original plans as well,
Yes, you're
but
right.
they just decided like too many characters were
It's not even
gonna
just that. It's just that Edgar Wright's fucking movie was in development for so long, and they can never put it together. So otherwise, he would have been in Avengers.
Well, thankfully Edgar Wright eventually did make Ant-Man,
Well,
right?
he technically got some credit.
Yeah, he got a writer credit because
Yes,
like
he did get credit.
we really missed out. If anyone's ever seen Edgar Wright's work, that guy is my hero in a
But
lot of
hey,
ways.
Peyton
I,
Reed did a great job though. I thought Ant
yeah,
Man pulled it off.
I like Ant Man, but Edgar Wright directing Ant Man, come on, like that is we missed out. We missed out. We can't deny it. But we're not here for Ant Man talk. We're here for everyone's favorite Avenger, Hawkeye.
Yeah, I mean, I am enjoying him even more now. I will say that. I mean, again, like I heard some people say, like, God, like, why does this guy have his own show? He's so dry. I'm like, that's the point. That's literally the character of Clint Barton. That is exactly what he's about. He's dry and he only shows love and emotion towards his family. And that is it. That is literally it.
It's just why not? I mean,
Yeah.
we've never gotten any extensive time with him,
I mean,
and
look,
I
he deserves it, especially because keep this in mind too. Jeremy Renner, he's a really good actor, man. He's really good.
two-time Oscar nominee.
Like him getting his own show, it's not like this is unjustified where you have a side character getting a TV show.
He's
Like
like
this,
just as decorated as like RDJ.
I mean, as an actor, yes, absolutely.
Like he's a very successful actor. So like there's
Yeah.
no I don't understand if why anyone would have a problem with Jeremy Renner getting a show. And also like Hawkeye's a fun character, especially this comic run that it's based on. It's a great storyline to, adapt into the MCU. So like and like I also think there's a bit of a reward because like Jeremy Renner's been in the MCU for over a decade and he's never gotten any like significant time. Everyone else got their time to shine, but he never. He always ended up getting kind of shit on, to be
And
honest.
yeah, and like this whole movie too, like it has a great cast. I mean, you have obviously Haley Steinfeld, you have Tony Dalton, Vera Farmiga. I mean, that's those are some big names, man. Like those are not small names in the industry at all.
No.
So they put together a real star-studded cast that has some big potential, and they're gonna have like appearances from also obviously Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. You're gonna have definitely you're gonna have Florence Pugh as Yelena at some point. I would assume. So I mean,
Hmm.
there's a lot of appearances from actors who are more than noteworthy you're going to be seeing throughout the show, and I'm so excited. I mean, and I just want to touch on Jack, man, played by Tony Dalton. I love him because
Great
first watch,
accent.
yeah, first watch I didn't really care about him. Second, I was like, this I could see why certain people wouldn't like this. Like I get it, but like he's so blatantly obviously a bad guy. And like he intentionally makes it so obvious how dumb he's playing. And that's what makes it so like what's a Molotov cocktail? What's that?
Ah,
It's like, and the way he says his lines, it's like he so obviously knows everything he's saying he doesn't know, and that makes it so much better. I fucking love that. I think it's hilarious.
yeah, this whole like kind of him becoming her stepdad, that this
Yeah,
kind of rivalry for the mother's affections. It it works so well. It really does. And like I'm just very excited to see that continue. I look at this as a 6 hour movie more so than any of the other Disney Plus shows. Like this is
I think it's like right there with Falcon and the Winter Soldier in
yeah,
that
like
regard.
those
Yeah,
two, but like there's something specifically about this that feels very movie like as opposed to a TV series. It's not so like basically, it's gotten good reviews, right? But like there were reviews saying like, hey, like 2 hours in this where's like the plot? What it's kind of starting out slow. And me, I like spending time with the characters. Like that's
yeah.
always been a big thing for me. I never minded the 13 episode Netflix stuff. Like
Me neither. I thought that was awesome.
so so like with this, it's like you're getting 2 hours of introduction, 2 hours of the plot unraveling, and then 2 hours of the big bang at the end. Uh and the introductory part is over now. We know these characters, they've met, they've teamed up. We kind of know, and now in these next two episodes, we're about to get introduced to Echo and the Traxxas Mafia, and like, the plot's gonna kick into gear. Kingpin's gonna reveal himself. The actual villain's gonna reveal him or herself, and you know, just be like, it's so hard to review these 6 episode miniseries because they are intended to be 6 hour movies, and so like I can understand a reviewer being like
I think
this
that's a great point. I
this
agree.
is like this did start out slow, so why will this pick up, like because like the first 2 hours it's like it is like very heavy into explaining Kate, explaining where Clint's at mentally, his hearing loss, yada yada yada, his family trying to get home for Christmas, and like the Ronin stuff, and introducing that kind of the little mystery about who was threatening the mother, Kate's mother, and like there's a lot of setup. But these next four episodes, now that the setup is just about over, I mean, episode three will get a little bit more, but that's when the plot will get into gear. And so basically, just like I just can't see the value in reviewing this show specifically after two episodes when it's very, very clear that you're going to need to watch all six in order to gain a full opinion.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we haven't even gotten into Echo really yet. I mean, there's so many characters that have yet to even be touched on, really, and the characters that are here have yet to be fully explored. So yeah, there's so much that the show has yet to do that it's still going to do. So episode one, like you said, it's a little slow at times, I suppose, in the context of it being a single episode within a 6 episode season. Yeah, sure. But I agree. I look at this as a 6 hour movie, and whether or not that's the right thing to do, I mean that's subjective, of course. But I think it works overall. I did really like it, and the episode, of course, it ends with the fight between Kate and the tracksuit mafia, and I mean that was pretty dope. I mean, I know some people have said the action's a little sluggish. I mean, I
It
don't
was a
think it was.
little.
It was like a little. It wasn't that bad, but more. I would just say try to do something a little more unique. That's all, because
Yeah.
there's nothing to ride home about in that fight, like at
You
all.
know what I noticed is like the thing is with the action right now, and this I do believe this will get better. Uh, is we haven't seen Kate use the bow and arrow much at
Yeah, I
or at
think
all.
that's a big part.
She
Yeah,
was doing a lot of punching, and like she's not a hand to hand combat. Like she is good at hand to hand combat, but like she's not. That's not like her thing, you know. Like and like, have we seen Clint use the bow and arrow much either? No. I
no,
mean,
we haven't.
so like really, once they put on those purple suits, once that happens and they get their gear all set up, I think that's like because we saw the on Disney Plus Day they showed that little scene where they're in the
Yes,
car and and I think they're all both suited up
I'm
and like
thinking that's next episode.
yeah and like
Yeah,
that looked really cool and like that actually does remind me of Netflix Marvel and that's just my thing. So I do think the action's gonna get better. I think basically, you know, I don't think Haley Steinfeld's done much hand to hand
no.
choreography in her life. And this director is mainly comes from I believe Saturday Night Live. He's more of a comedy director.
Mm.
So like those two factors, as much as they have good fight choreographers and stuff, it's a learning process for newcomers. So, but like now, but with the bow and arrow and shit, come on now. We're gonna get some good action coming up.
Let's hope. Let's certainly hope. But
If that scene that they released on Disney Plus Day is any indication,
well, yeah, that was
I'm
good.
very excited.
That
I'm
that was
very
good.
excited.
But yeah, episode one overall definitely enjoyed. Episode two was definitely the better of the 2 episodes, I'd say. Unlike what
Yeah,
most people
it's
said,
got LARP.
like a lot of people liked episode one more when the initial reviews came out. I like two better. I thought it was more well paced. I liked what they did with the characters more in that episode. Honestly, I was more into it. LARP was hilarious. I mean, that was the best scene in the whole series. Like no, easily so far. I mean, fucking Jeremy Renner just going in there wanting no part of this. Just
Like, you gotta be kidding me. It's like,
yeah, I fucking love when he gets to the guy in the rodent suit and he's like, dude, just let me kill you. His initial response just no. He's like, no. He's like, I'm not letting you kill me.
no, yeah. I mean, I love that kind of. I've always loved that kind of stuff, that character stuff, where you're just spending time with the character, and it's not necessarily super plot important. I mean, it is a little because he needs to get that suit back. And I did actually think that they were gonna find a way for the suit to get out of his reach again, and it would be kind of like this running thing where he's constantly trying to get that suit back. But no, he just got the suit back.
Yeah.
He let him kill him, and he just got the suit back, and he put it in a locker.
No,
I would
that
not, I would
yeah.
not have put it in a locker
No,
ever.
that was
I would not.
no.
I would have kept that shit on me at all. I understand that, like, if he was caught with that, then he would get arrested. But still, you do not want to risk that getting into the wrong
I
hands.
would have at least kept it at Kate's aunt's place. I would have at least like dropped it off there, and
Yeah,
because no one's gonna go there unless they follow you. So, but yeah, I mean that whole LARP scene was funny. I also like,
should
yeah,
just like,
I'm either
you
gonna
know,
real punch you or I'm gonna fake punch you. Which one are we doing? That was funny too. I
He
mean,
just and like he just wanted like the guy that I forgot his name. What was his name? Do you
grills.
Grills? Like he just wanted, a day to be a hero.
Yeah, no, no.
I
I thought that's
I
a
love
really
that.
cool. That's a really cool message. And if anything, honestly, that plays right into what him and Kate were talking about earlier in the episode, where he's like, you're selling something, and he's like, what? Well, what am I selling? And she says herself, inspiration. And
Hmm.
right there, I think that kind of reflects that a little bit. People
Hmm.
look up to him still, and even though he's not necessarily the most famous Avenger, he's
Yeah,
still an you're
he
still
got
an
asked
Avenger.
he got asked for an autograph while taking a piss.
That was that was
That's how
that was
much
funny.
you know if if there were a few celebrities that I was taking a pee next to, I'd probably ask them for an autograph. Like there's a list that I would do that for.
There's a list.
That
Yeah.
like think like, you know, like it couldn't be any like female uh celebrities just 'cause like
Well,
obviously they don't use urinals and
that's a case.
moving on. Uh
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
uh I like that during the Rogers musical, going back to episode one, because I didn't mention this earlier, I like that they showed that like he's got some PTSD about Nat and all that, and like it's not when you go and doing those battles,
Yeah.
like as cool as it is that people are like giving you props for saving the world and shit, you kind of just like don't want to talk about it much because
I mean,
like
they haven't even gotten into the whole Nat PSD stuff to PTSD too much yet, but I
no,
think
just a smidge. Just a
once they
smidge.
get to Yelena, I'm gonna guess that's where they explore that a bit more because that's like the perfect
Bro,
time to get into that.
like
Yeah.
there needs to be a scene coming up where we see Jeremy Renner's two-time Oscar nominated uh, acting chops come into full gear. And that's going to be the scene where he explains to Yelena what everything, how it actually happened, how things actually went down,
I
and
mean,
how he's actually feeling.
I want to see Jeremy Renner just break down into tears, like literally, just because. Do you know how like impactful that would be for a guy that's like so stern and like just doesn't really show much emotion in general? I think that would be a selling point for how much he's been affected by all this.
Hmm. Yeah, like he like that was a big thing in Endgame was who's gonna sacrifice themselves. So like when you're the survivor of that, right? Like there's gotta be some survivor's guilt that he must feel, knowing that Nat is gone. And like even though he gets to see his family again, yada yada yada, like he's gotta feel guilty that, he let her go. Because remember, she basically begged him like, "Yo, let me go. It's all like you need to see your family again." So like, I want to explore like every time he sees his family, there is kind of that
Hmm.
reminder that Nat gave her entire life up for him to be there, really. So
Yeah,
just give me that kind of PTSD stuff.
absolutely. I'm with you on that. And on to a lighter topic. We just gotta talk about this. The tracksuit mafia is fucking hilarious. They are
Bro.
they
They say
said
bro more
bro.
than I do.
They said it a total of 17 times.
That's
That
like
is
in the comic books. That's what they do all the
it's
time.
so funny. I mean, like this is a case where like you just gotta sit back and have fun, but these are the definitions of stupid goons
This is
who are
not
just
meant to
like,
be, super. This isn't meant to be Marvel Netflix in terms of absolute seriousness. At most times, like the Netflix stuff can be hilarious, but not in this kind of way. This is more comedic bits in a way. Like it's more of a
mhm.
bit, but it's also very much part of the comic book that
Well,
this is
because
based.
these are dumb, incompetent people.
I love it.
Like
I love it.
imagine the burglars from Home Alone, but they're thugs.
But they're Italian
But yeah,
thugs.
they're the
Yeah.
Italian mafia.
Yeah.
Yeah, That's
Um,
exactly what it is.
it would be, you know what? Shit, I just got an idea. Fucking Joe Pesci is the leader of the.
Exactly. That's what
Oh,
I'm saying.
oh man. Like 2 episodes ago, I pitched the Dark Knight Returns Home Alone movie.
Yeah.
Here we are. Here we are talking about Home Alone again. But yeah, I love that. Like, this, as much as I love realistic stuff, it's comic books, and we can make characters be almost
I mean, dude,
as like
the tracksuit mafia. Like, if we're
like
being like, that would never actually happen, of
that's
course.
the most like comic
But
booky thing
yeah,
that I just love so much. Because in your mind, like, it would never happen in real life,
no.
but like, in a way, it's still sort of believable. Like, you can still buy
Oh
into
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I love it.
And I guess Echo is in charge of the tracksuit mafia,
Hmm. Interesting.
which is
Yeah, I
not
mean,
what I was. That
or
wasn't what I was
she's like,
expecting.
I heard a theory that like maybe like Kingpin's in bed with them, and then Kingpin put her in charge
Well,
since.
because keep in mind, even when like it was right before that scene, like Jeremy Renner's questioning, like, I gotta find out how high up this goes, and that's why he wants to get captured by the tracksuit mafia so he can find
I
out.
like the way you think. I liked, you know,
Yeah.
uh, well, what I can say, like, cause I kind of know how high this goes.
Well, we all
So,
everyone. It's
well,
Kingpin. Everybody
no, no,
knows
no, no,
that,
not,
but
not, not, not that, not that, not that. No, I mean, like, I do actually kind of know who the big bad of this series is. It's not Kingpin. It's just, there's kind of a boys club, right? There's a boys club of billionaires and wealthy people and high status people in New York, right? Kingpin's one of them. Like I could go back to Daredevil. Daredevil season 1, where Kingpin was talking to like Madame Gao and those kind of rich people trying to take over New York. It's kind of like
mhm.
that,
Yeah, yeah,
except maybe it's not a boys' club. Maybe there's a female.
yeah. Hint, hint.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Didn't cast Vera Farmiga for nothing.
yeah. I mean, she's gonna be killer. I think in this show, man.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be a
She's gonna
killer
be good.
Mosk.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I want to touch on? Uh,
For people that wouldn't get what I was doing there, people would be like, "What was Tom doing with his eyes?" Like if people didn't understand my, what I was hinting at.
it's okay.
But
I got it. I got it.
I hope the audience does, or else, I'm gonna look like an idiot, and but that's life. Whatever.
Another interesting aspect will be once Jack ends up becoming the swordsman. Um,
I love that. I
yes,
love that character. I don't know. I'm in. I'm in
we
on that.
we got to see him interact with Clint because in the comics,
Mm,
that's who trains Clint
mm.
in a lot of ways. So like, and I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, they have yet to interact at all, and
Oh shit, that would be a great way to tie it in.
like it's probably gonna tie in that way, I would guess,
I I
because
I
like
want that.
it would make sense, right? I mean,
Mm,
the only thing that I haven't really wrapped my head around yet is the age difference, maybe, but like because he's not really that much older than Clint, I don't think, is he? I
mm.
mean,
I mean, how old would we say Clint is?
I really don't know.
Let's say Clint's 45. Want to say 45? Can we say 45?
If anything, maybe you can paint him as like 10 years older or something. Like you could say that's believable. I think
Or you just say, here we go, here we go. I'm smart.
yes. Oh, and there's a blip.
You just say that the Jack blipped. So
Oh yeah,
Jack,
that's what I was gonna say.
Jack's 5 years younger than he used to be,
Yeah, that
I
too.
guess.
And then you could say it's like anywhere from 10 to 15 years technically, but like
Or they were
yeah,
just like training partners or something. I don't know.
yeah. Either way, but that'll be a really cool relationship to explore if they choose to go that route, and I
I
definitely
hope
would. I
so.
mean, I think that would really add another layer to this
One
entire
villain
story.
connected to Clint, one villain connected to Kate.
And one villain connected to everything in the entire world.
A kingpin of sorts.
Yeah. I cannot wait to see his scenes as well as I actually did hear about his size. I have a better idea of like how big he is now.
I must talk
Uh,
to Vanessa about the matter. Oh my God, that was good. That was good. Come on, come. That was good. I'm so proud of myself because I didn't know I had that in me. I just felt like trying that. But yeah,
Vanessa was an interesting character in that show.
Superman's mom, pretty lady.
Was she?
Yeah, she played Superman's mom in Man of Steel.
I honestly don't remember. Maybe. I guess so. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, yeah, she played the woman who played Vanessa played Superman's mom in Man of Steel. Yes.
I'm trying to find the picture I saw that I heard is pretty accurate in terms of Kingpin size, but I can't find it now. Damn it.
I'm very interested to see. I haven't seen like any picture. I mean like I don't really care too much about the size thing to
Well,
be
I
honest.
do because if it was into the Spider Verse size, I would think it's dumb. I'm gonna be honest. That would be dumb.
It would be dumb, but I would also laugh my ass off at the
No,
same time.
dude, that's comical. That's like
No,
out of the
like
world.
exactly, like no, like I'm agreeing with you. Like I would laugh my ass off. Like come on,
Like
like
it has to be within the world of
it has
reality
to
to
be
an
like
extent.
it has to be within like he's still a human, you know.
That's what I'm saying. At that point, then what the fuck happened to him? Is he a
Like,
mutant? Like,
Jesus, like are you giving the fucking X gene? Jeez.
yeah, like that's there's a line that needs to be drawn somewhere. I
Yeah,
think.
can you please tell me that they at least drew the line somewhere?
Yeah, that's where the line kind of needs to be.
He
I would
he
say.
still has to be a human, and like Daredevil still has to find a way to fight this guy.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because
Mm.
how the fuck would he even fight?
I like he would have to climb up him like Spider-Man on his fucking jelly rolls.
Ah, wait. Here we go. Here we go. I think I got it. All right, I'll send you the picture right now. This is like closer to what the size is gonna look like.
Mm.
The, the,
Thank you.
the, the picture ain't real, but like that's like right around where it's gonna be, from what I've been told.
Thank you, Wesley. Oh shit, I love that.
So it's
I
like
love that.
I think a small step above probably like what it was, but not even by much.
I love that. That's great. That's like comic book Kingpin, but within reason.
Yeah, yeah. Like the quote I got is like, "He's bigger for sure than before, but I don't think he's much bigger than he is in that picture."
So we just say he ate a lot of McDonald's in prison. All right, great.
I
Uh,
mean, he lost a lot of weight in real life. The actor, I think. I'm pretty
oh
sure
yeah,
he's
like, they just do fat suits
he's
now.
yeah
It's no.
he's a lot thinner, so you definitely need the fat suits on him.
Vincent D'Onofrio is a great actor. Law and
Oh,
Order,
I
Full
mean,
Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket that was something. Yeah.
He's been around it for like 40 years, and he's just he's consistently like he's never been like an A-list guy, but he's consistently gotten work and like been great in just about all of his work. And it's
Hmm.
like this guy should have been a little bit bigger of a star, not
Yeah.
fatter. Uh, wow, I really tied that back in there.
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts you want to give before we give our scores for the episodes?
No, I just find it hilarious. One last Kingpin point. I just find it
Yep.
hilarious how like Kingpin his size changes and like his look is getting a new kind of thing. And like we saw the leaked picture of Charlie Cox, and it's just he's exactly the same. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're not touching Charlie. We're just
I
gonna
mean,
make you.
to be fair, how much can you even touch Charlie?
I mean, you could have tried like red hair. You could have tried something, but like,
They still did touch the hair, and they did my boy dirty with that haircut.
yeah, like
Oh.
his hair from season one is his best hair.
The only explanation I will take for that is that he's trying to be even more low key and look like less of a threat otherwise. Because I will say, if I saw someone with that hair, I am not even remotely gonna think they're a threat. Like,
Yeah,
not even a little.
but like, yeah, I mean, I'm just so happy he's back, man. Both of them. I'm so happy both of them are back. So,
So
uh,
my if I had to score these two episodes, episode 1 I gave a 7.5, episode 2 I gave an 8.5. So my average is an 8 so far, which is right around where I think the show is right now. It's an 8, 8 out of 10.
yeah, I'm gonna
That's where I'm
give.
at.
I'm at a firm 8 out of 10 for both, and really the only thing that I need now is just like better action and like the plot to actually like get
Unravel, yeah.
kick into gear. Like those are the two things that we're missing. Like I love introductory stuff. I love spending time with characters, getting introduced to the worlds. Like these characters were very well fleshed out now. Like I know who Kate Bishop is. I know a lot
Hmm.
about, what she's feeling at this current moment. I know about what Clint's feeling and what, he wants, what his end goal is.
Uh-huh.
And so, now that that's out of the way, let's get into those villains. Let's
Yeah.
get them going and let's get this plot going because I want to see Kingpin.
Yeah, this show is really a murder mystery. That's kind of where we're heading right now with the
In a way,
death of
yeah.
Armand, kind of just trying to get to the bottom of that. Because once you get to the bottom of that, that unravels probably quite a few plot threads that are going to be interconnected to that. And with that in mind, too, we're obviously going to get Echo next episode, so you're definitely getting that
Exciting.
character introduced. You're definitely going to have that character be introduced into the fold, that's already a big step in plot development right there by itself. So I think once you get into that, as well as probably even more of Jack's character kind of being brought to the forefront next episode, I think there'll be some definite developments which I'm going to really be interested in. And then the next episode after that is we'll get our introduction at the end to the big man. So we're right there. We're right there.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, I mean, episode 3, we're gonna obviously review that. That's gonna be awesome. I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, like, this doesn't need to be like an hour long
No.
episode. Like, we basically just covered all the basics. I'm just very excited. I'm interested to theorize further. I'm interested to, just get this plot going and
Yeah.
actually like one I feel like when if this stuff hits the way that I think it's gonna hit,
Oh, it could be great.
it's gonna hit and it's gonna be and like the people that have been like, oh, it started off so
Because
slow.
that's the thing. They have so many good actors and so many good actors
And
playing
so many
good
good
characters.
ideas.
That's what I'm saying. Like they haven't hit yet.
Now
But what
it's yeah, they needed to introduce them and like there's gonna be a point where it's like, no, do it, hit it.
I mean, come on. Imagine like by the end of the show, you have all these characters like Echo, Yelena, Swordsman, and
I keep
Kingpin.
forgetting she's in the show,
That's what I'm
Yelena.
saying. Like, if you have all of them in the fold, along with the dynamic of Bishop and Hawkeye, like, you're gonna have one hell of a show, man. So, I'm ready for this. I'm ready.
By the way, one last thing. Are you proud of
Yeah.
me that I very, very vaguely and not at all really mentioned my personal feelings for Haley Steinfeld during this episode?
Yes.
Do you like how I kept myself under control?
I'm very grateful for that, Tom. I am. That's
That's,
that's huge.
I'm a team player, and
Yeah.
just, I'm not always the best teammate, but I am always the best looking. And I'll leave it at that.
Wow. All right. I guess this is where we got to call it before
Yep.
things get bad. All right. All right.
That is an all-time line.
This has been another episode of Cape Time, and until next time, see you, everybody.
Peace out.